Christopher Nolan has built a career of hit films in multiple genres that really stand out for their grandeur, meaning, and thrilling aspects. But with Tenet, the director has also continued to deliver on capturing classic movie scenes that will be revisited and remembered for years to come. Many viewers and fans would rank his scenes differently, which shows the breadth of art across multiple films in which he has accomplished. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my opinion on how I would personally rank the top 10 Christopher Nolan movie scenes, which also includes those in his latest film Tenet. If you want to see more on Christopher Nolan, his latest films, other video essays and news uploads on particular movies and TV shows, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a like rating. But without further ado, let's dive into my top 10 ranking of Christopher Nolan movie scenes. At number 10 on my list, I'm placing the ending scene from Memento. In many ways, Memento has as much riding on its conclusion as Inception does, despite the major differences in content, let alone budget. But unlike Inception, the mystery at the heart of Memento is so important to the film's success that a misfire could have single-handedly derailed the entire film. But that is not the case here. As Memento reaches its conclusion and the past and present timelines meet, Leonard realizes the truth in that he's already killed John G., the man who murdered his wife. In addition to this, Teddy, the cop who handled Leonard's case, has manipulated Leonard in such a way as to murder and rip off drug dealers using Leonard's endless quest for revenge. And so, in the final moments of the film, Leonard writes down information on Teddy's Polaroid that results in a domino effect of events seen in the film, ultimately leading to Teddy's death and perhaps an escape from the entire cycle. It encapsulates the structure and themes at the heart of Memento, and for me, it's one of Nolan's very best scenes. Coming in at number 9 is the escaping pit scene from The Dark Knight Rises. One of Nolan's strengths as a director has always been pushing a story arc to its limit before satisfying audiences, and never has it been more evident than watching as Gotham City underwent its most epic conflict, with Batman relegated to the sidelines for nearly the entire second act. At the same time, Nolan layers audience anticipation to see Batman return to Gotham by introducing an arc of Bruce Wayne's successful climb out of the pit, which he finally does without the aid of a rope in one of the most thrilling sequences in the film. Altogether, the build-up to Batman's escape and his final successful attempt makes for one of the most cathartic and exciting scenes in the movie. Alongside Hans Zimmer's uplifting music, it's a scene that sets the tone for the final act and a fitting conclusion to the entire trilogy. Next, I'm putting the opening opera siege from Nolan's latest film, Tenet. The roughly 7-minute opening to Tenet has already started to gain popularity from fans of the film, with a pounding opening track from Ludwig Göransson, thrilling action and superb cinematography. While setting the tone of the film, the scene introduces us to the protagonist alongside his CIA team, who infiltrate a SWAT team to extract a CIA asset and his cargo, all amongst the chaos of an ongoing terrorist attack. The protagonist joins up with the asset and on the way out notices some of the SWAT team planting explosives and has doubts about who he can trust. This scene really grabs the audience straight from the start and forces them onto a ride in which they will be on for 150 minutes. For me, it's up there with The Dark Knight prologue as one of Nolan's best opening scenes, as it fully immerses you into the world and a character with no backstory. In at number 7 is the fog chase from Insomnia. Following his breakout hit Memento, Warner Bros. Brought on Nolan to direct the psychological thriller Insomnia, in what would be the director's first test with a larger budget of $46 million. It's scenes like the one in which Will Dormer chases the killer into heavy fog that proved his ability to direct on the big stage. Following a trapdoor passageway that led out into the forest, Dormer and his team find themselves in a bind when they are all split up, making it impossible to know who's the killer and who's with the police. As the tension builds with Dormer seemingly getting closer and closer, he shoots at a fellow figure, setting in motion the events of the last 2 acts of the film. Considering Warner Brothers would soon after give Nolan the keys to the Batman franchise, there's no doubt he passed the test, and this scene was one that really highlighted his staging of action, story beats, and pacing. At the next spot is another scene from Tenet, and in particular, the trucks in place sequence. Whilst there are also many other great set pieces in Tenet, arguably one of the best and my personal favourite is a pulsating car chase through the centre of Tallinn, Estonia. Again, Nolan uses very little, if not no CGI, filming everything in camera. To achieve this time-bending car chase, Warner Brothers and Syncope shut down 8 kilometers of Lagna Road, which is one of the most popular streets and most used highways in Estonia. Like with many parts of this film, the cast and crew shot this sequence forwards and backwards to match the inversion of entropy, reversing live vehicles and spending months on pre-production to execute one of the biggest choreographed car dances in cinematic history. Coupled with an amazing musical track from Ludwig, which was appropriately named Trucks in Place, we may have a future rival as one of Nolan's best action scenes. Rounding out the top 5, I'm putting the ending scene from The Prestige. In a film based on surprise and deception, it was surely difficult to find a way to satisfy audiences who had been trained by the film to look for secrets, but Nolan's shocking ending to The Prestige managed to do just that. In the final scene, we find out the secrets to both magicians' transported man tricks, which we knew drove the film's plot. Robert Angier, we discover, has been creating clones of himself for every show using Tesla's machine, drowning each one in a tank below the stage. Alfred Borden, however, has achieved his trick in a shockingly simple way. Him and his twin brother have shared a life as magicians, going as far as mimicking each other's injuries. For a film that in many ways lived or died by how well the ending worked, it's a testament to the film's climax that The Prestige is often considered among Nolan's best films. At number 4 is the first of 2 scenes from The Dark Knight, and this one centres on the interrogation scene. Of the many great scenes in Nolan's The Dark Knight, the interrogation scene between Batman and the Joker is easily one of the most memorable. With Ledger and Bale both at the top of their game, the scene is full of psychological energy as the Joker attempts to push Batman to the very edge. The sequence also touches upon many of the themes and philosophical musings that have always made Joker and the Batman such thrilling rivals. Themes that then extend into the third film of the Dark Knight trilogy. Coming to the top 3, I'm placing the docking scene from Interstellar. Captured completely in 70mm IMAX format, Cooper pulls off the impossible. In the scene, his character requests that the onboard robot Case analyses the spin of a collapsing station so that Cooper can spin his ship at the exact same RPM, enabling him to dock. As Cooper approaches the station in this sequence, the incredible score by Zimmer fades in, starting with repetitive ticking like a watch and building in suspense. We get a pure moment showcasing bravery with hardly any dialogue, alongside visuals that will be remembered in the sci-fi genre for years to come. Having seen this sequence at the Royal Albert Hall with Zimmer playing the music live, I have to say it's one of the best film experiences of my life, capturing so many emotions. The next place is the close runner-up on my list, and I'm giving it to the truck chase from The Dark Knight. Halfway through the film, Heath Ledger's Joker is after Harvey Dent in a chase through the streets of Gotham. Dent has an armoured police transport, but the Joker has a plan that involves multiple henchmen, big guns, and an articulated 18-wheel truck. Batman is quick to respond to the assault on the transport in the Batmobile, which becomes damaged when fending off the Joker's truck and goons, only to eject into an extreme motorcycle variant known as the Batpod. The nimble vehicle allows the Caped Crusader to attach a tow cable to the front of the Joker's truck, in which he then weaves in and out of street lamps and grounds the cable on the bull bar. This results in giving us a historic scene in superhero action films and cinema itself, flipping the truck down the centre of a Gotham street. Again, Nolan utilises his practical methods and miniature work to pull off the full extent of this sequence, and it only gets better with a face-to-face confrontation between Chaos and Order's prime suspects. Taking the top spot of the best Nolan scenes for me personally is the zero-G hallway fight from Inception. Chances are that if there's one scene you remember from Inception, it's the scene in which Arthur fights two men in a hotel hallway while the corridor rotates around them. In only 4 years, the sequence has already earned the kind of iconic status usually reserved for films much older, and for good reason. The scene is in many ways the perfect set piece for Nolan's dream within a dream concept, with choreography, cinematography, production design, and everything you can think of working in perfect unison for one of the most awe-inspiring big screen feats ever seen. And don't forget the fact that this was all done in camera. In order to pull off the sequence, Nolan used his inspiration from Kubrick's 2001 to create a 100-foot corridor that was suspended by rings and actually rotated via massive electrical motors. Truly a one-of-a-kind action experience that is likely to never be replicated again. But that was my top 10 Christopher Nolan movie scenes, including Tenet. Again, there are so many scenes that could have made this list, and I'm sure that as the years go on, other scenes will replace and change, but right now, these scenes are the ones that impact me the most. This was just my perspective on it, and I'm sure that across the board, there will be many varying opinions. But I'm interested to hear where you would rank the movie scenes of Christopher Nolan, and whether scenes from Tenet would make your list, so let me know down below in the comment section. For more videos on movies like Tenet over the next few weeks, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoy this video, remember to leave a like rating. For those wondering, I will be returning to my Road to June series very soon, alongside bringing much more video essays and news videos in the coming weeks, so make sure to keep a lookout for whenever I post. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.